Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Garage Golf Practice Facility. Golf Practice Facility. I would hardly call it a simulator anymore. Today we're doing something a little different. It's been a long time since I used the Square Golf launch monitor that I have had sitting over here gathering dust. And I decided to bust it out because it was hurting my feelings to watch it sit around and not get used. So we've got it hooked up here. It took a while to figure out the connector and all of the nonsense and shenanigans that are involved with connecting a new launch monitor to SIGPRO, but we eventually got it figured out. It looked good on the practice range. It's definitely not as spinny as the Pro TVX launch monitor up here over my head that I usually use. But let's play D-Lud's Best Courses League. It's called Balsam_Summer Week 7. It's at Balsam Mountain Preserve. I'm not sure I've ever played this one. 5,900 yard tees, Thursday pins, 8-foot gimmies, greens are normal, fairways are normal, 3,600 feet above sea level, so the ball should go a little bit. 11 stimp, wind calm. Let's give it a play with the Square Golf launch monitor, and we're not going to get nearly as much data as we normally would. And I'm used to this entire 12 by 25 hitting strip being my hitting area. But the Square Golf launch monitor, obviously it's a budget unit, so it's only got about a 15 by 15 centimeter hitting area. So I'm going to be relying on that little beep, that little chime sound to know when my ball's in the hitting area. And we may need to make some other adjustments. Now, the last time I used the Square Golf launch monitor, we had a bunch of problems with it disconnecting, but that was with the SIGPRO connector. This time we're using Open API with the Square Golf launch monitor connector from Square Golf, which is this one. And everything seems to be working correctly. I haven't had any disconnects, and I probably hit 20 golf balls on the SIGPRO practice range. So let's see what happens. On another note, I didn't putt at all, so putting may take some time to get used to as well, but let's unleash hell on this golf course and see what happens with the Square Golf launch monitor here. Let's hit a 5 wood off the tee. That's another thing, is I don't want my tees flinging around and hitting the launch monitor, because then I'll have to recalibrate it, and I really don't want to do that. Okay, that's about where the ball should go. I'm guessing it's going to be down in some undesirable area, but we should be fine. And I'm not even going to hit out of this because I saw it hit a strange collider, and I don't want to do the whole spend 6 strokes to get out of the forest bullshit that we usually do in SIGPRO, so I'm just going to take a sim drop here. It won't be the first time we've taken a sim drop on the first shot off the first tee, and it won't be the last. 152. We can play these club distances like I normally do, because this is only a few hundred feet below what I'm at in real life. So let's hit a 8-iron 140. Hey Hazel, yeah, the square's back, dude. I felt bad. It was just sitting over here. The battery was dead. I was mistreating it. So it's back for the time being. Okay, you guys, I really hate saying this out loud, but I'm not seeing the spinny ball flight from this $800 unit that I see from this $7,000 unit up here. And if you knew how much I hated saying that. The Pro TVX is too spinny. It overcalculates ball spin. And that's from a dude who plays a lot of golf outside and a lot of golf in here too. I don't know. It's the first hole of the first round, but let's see what happens. I remember the putting being slippery, but that was 6, 7, 8 months ago. So let's see how it feels now. We need to hit like 12 feet of feel. Guys, I just got home from the golf course, so that's why I'm dressed like a knucklehead. That didn't feel too bad because we were hitting downhill. Hey, back patio. Yeah, I've had this Square Golf launch monitor for probably a year, but I kept having problems with it disconnecting and stuff. But now I'm using the actual connector from Square instead of the one from SIGPRO, because that one just didn't work. It would disconnect all the time and I had to rearm it, and it was a big pain in the ass. But so far what I'm seeing is I don't have any club stickers, so I don't know if that has anything to do with anything. But I'm not seeing the spinny, extra spinny shots that I see from the Pro TVX. See, that ball should have done what it did. We'll see if it's salvageable. But the ball hit over here to the right side of the impact area, so that shot was probably accurate. I cannot tell who's who in the zoo here from the data that you can see on the center left. Club, spin. Okay, it obviously had some backspin. So it only showed about 400 RPM of side spin to the right. What do we got in the chat? Back patio says the open API connector works a lot better. And I can confirm that that's true. And the club stickers, I've got them down here in this pile of trash over here, but I don't really feel like putting them on there. And I also, I change golf clubs way too often for that to even be like an option. I've got more golf clubs coming in the mail as we speak because I'm a moron and I can't quit buying golf, especially vintage golf clubs. Let's hit a pitching wedge and see how it looks. Okay, guys, that did what it did because we were hitting out a deep rough, and we were on a 14-degree side hill. So it looks like we lost. We had 67 carry in SIGPRO. I have no idea where that data shows up in the Square app. And it said I hit a sand wedge. Probably because SIGPRO said I hit a sand wedge. Anyhow, let's see if this continues. All right, we got to wait for the chime. That's going to be a big deal here. The Square Golf launch monitor's got a tiny little hitting area compared to the Pro T. Okay, just launched that out of the bunker. I'm missing a lot of data, so I don't know what raw. I don't have really any raw numbers. Okay, we got to make sure we get the chime. That's going to be a recurring theme here, I promise. Hopefully this isn't a recurring theme. We need to play around a little bit to see. I don't know. This hole's beating the fuck out of us, obviously, but if I could quit changing shit and quit sucking at golf, that would probably help. So, 11 feet. I'm going to hit what I feel is like an 11-foot downhill putt here. That's what I felt like 11-foot downhill putt was. A little hot. I don't think there's any way to adjust that. There's a 7. But an 11-foot downhill putt on 11 stimp is plausible. Okay. We're downhill. It's going to play 140 to the pin. 140 to the pin. Let's hit a 9-iron. What I'm looking for is for my shots to not be all nasty and spinny like they are with the Pro TVX. Now, could I justify getting rid of the Pro TVX in lieu of the square? I don't know. That's kind of, the jury's kind of out on that. That should go right. That was a little bit far right. Okay, what's our balls? I can't tell my... I can't... Yeah, there's definitely a lack of data showing. I will say that. But this isn't a new launch monitor. This thing's been reviewed by everybody and their mother. I guess I should really putt. So we're playing, I'm not going to say what golf course it was because I don't want to incriminate anyone, but we're on like the 8th hole and it's just the 3 of us and we're walking and we're moving at a pretty good clip, and the marshal comes up and he says, "Hey, they're putting a lot of people off the back 9. You guys should probably slow down if you don't want to hit a log jam." And after the marshal left, I said, that's the first time I've ever heard a course marshal say to slow down. Yeah, the Square Golf launch monitor's way hot on putts. So, I don't know. That's probably going to be a deal breaker. Yeah, it's so hot. God damn it. I think that's part of why I quit using this one to begin with. So we only have to hit 17 feet. 20 feet. Look at this fucking ball go. All right, I don't know if I can use this thing. The putting is so fucking off, it's not even funny. Okay. Ooh, guys, this is turning into a throwaway round. We might just go to the range. So I have to hit a 12-foot putt, a 13-foot putt. Holy shit, dude. Yeah, I think that's why I hung this thing up to begin with. Okay, let's see how it looks. I can't hit driver on this hole. Yeah, I'm using TP5x Pix. The putting's pretty much unusable though, so we might hang this thing back up. I should probably just sell it, so I quit doing this. Feels like I'm putting at fucking Augusta. If we can get over the trees, that should be. Hey, back patio, you had to turn the putting speed from 11 to 8. Where? Is there an adjustment for that? Because you can't do that during a tournament. The putting, the stimp is set. Let's hit a 3-wood here. You guys, this is a throwaway round at this point. The putting's abysmal on this unit. It seems to be doing fine in every other facet though. Let's fast forward this because it looks like it's getting some steam. It's gathering up steam here. Choo choo. Okay. Do 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 do. What's the point of a fairway if your ball won't stay on it? Rhetorical question. So anyway, the marshal, back to my other story. The marshal says you guys need to slow down or you're going to catch up to a bunch of groups in front of you that are all clogged up like a log jam. And I said, okay. And we joked about having a marshal tell us to slow down because that's like the first time it's ever happened in that I can remember. That's not going to stick. Let's go ahead and fast forward. Guys, I hate these courses. Hazel says he has a video coming tomorrow comparing the Square to GC3 for putting only. Where the fuck did you get a GC3, bro? I was looking and I think those are still about $10,000. All right, let's do this. So dude, I play a lot of golf outside and I'm not sure what you're like hinting toward. But this thing is fast. And you've got another guy in the chat here who's a scratch golfer in real life saying it's too fast. So hopefully you're not hinting that the GC Quad or GC3 and the Square Golf are going to say the same thing. Because back patio golfer's a scratch golfer and he's also saying the shit's too fast. It's way too fast. I mean, it's fucking ruining my round. Look how fast that thing is. Demo unit. Do you get to keep it or is it a demo unit? Like you're only demoing it? Because I was looking at the GC Quad Max after Joe Legowski said he got one. I think it's 20,000, but would it be 20,000 like money well spent is what I'm thinking, you know? Let's see how this looks with driver. I do like that it's not as spinny. I don't like the small hitting zone, but it's a budget monitor. I don't even know if I can swing. Yeah, that's what my drives look like in real life. I ain't mad at how it depicts ball spin. This course sucks balls, but enough about balls. What data are you talking about, back patio? Should I be seeing more stuff here on this one here, next to the image of the Square Golf launch monitor? Because I don't know what else to do. I'm using a Pix golf ball. No club stickers. I don't know what else I could do besides bitch, gripe, and whine about it like I do everything else. Oh, don't you do that to me, you son of a bitch. Oh yeah, I'm not getting, right? It's saying my club path is, you know, snake eyes, face to target snake eyes, AOA snake eyes. But I don't think you'd get any of that without a club sticker, right? And I didn't disable anything. I barely know how to use this thing. I know the battery dies really quick though. That's kind of a bummer. Let's hit a 3-wood here. You guys, I'm pretty happy with like my shot shape looks better with this. It looks more close to real life with this than it does with this fucking $8,000, $7,000 paperweight above me here. See, look, it's slightly leaking. It's not like a boomerang like with this thing up here. 128 downhill. What do we got for wind? Yeah, back patio says he doesn't have club stickers, but he's getting some data. I don't know, dude. I honestly think that ball spin is right, as long as the unit knows that the screen's that way. Ball spin is what's important to me, because there's all kinds of ways you can have a straight shot even with being over the top or inside out. There's all kinds of ways your ball can still go straight out of those situations. And I honestly wouldn't know what I was looking at, but I play a lot of golf outside. So I updated it this morning when I plugged it in, so it shouldn't need any updating. Honestly, I'm not even calling this a simulator anymore. I'm calling it a golf practice facility. Because nothing about this is simulation golf. 128. Let's hit a 9-iron since that's the first club I saw. It definitely, it's definitely not showing as much spin as the Pro T does. This looks more like my outdoor shots do in real life. I don't have a shot shape, which I know is a bad thing allegedly. So we got to hit this 18 feet. We have no chance of making a putt here. I'll just try to not kill it through the back of the circle. Watch that go in just because I said we have no chance of making a putt. Turboed Talon is in 6th place, being 10 over. I don't even know what to say about that. Let's hit an 8-iron. That's what I have to say about it. Yeah, back patio. I would prefer to be on the real golf course. It's just I can get more reps in here in a reps per capita, right? You guys, I don't know. I mean, obviously that short is piss, but it looks a lot more like my shot shape. I wish I could figure out how to get this thing up here to show my actual real outside shot shape. Let's do an 8-iron bump and run chip shot here. Okay, I doubt that's going to stay in the circle. Let's do another slippery fucking greased pig putt here. Oh joy, I made a putt. .282 down 50 yards, guys. 282 down 50 yards. So you basically need to hit your like 230 club. Back patio golfer, I missed you so much. He says, yeah, I get fucking pissed off on something. Go out and shoot even par on the real golf course and then come in the simulator and can't hit the side of a fucking barn. Yeah, I get it, man. There's been a lot of frustration. The thing is I'm a numbers and data guy, and you've got a lot of people, a lot of reputable people that are saying this. You know, like GSPro's a decent simulation software and all of that stuff. So it's kind of hard. I can't really justify what I'm saying, because you got guys like Joe Legowski and all of these other guys who are they're not saying the putting on the square is off. They're not saying that they're seeing any weird amounts of spin with the Pro TVX, so it's kind of hard sometimes, because I start to doubt what I'm actually seeing and what I'm thinking, and I don't want to live in an echo chamber, right? There's nothing good that can come from that. Okay, there we go. So I had to choose between an 8-iron and a 9-iron for that one. And the 8 ended up being right and a little bit long. Back patio says he doesn't want to live in a fucking simulator. He'd much rather be outside. Yeah, I understand. It's just, during the winter here in Utah and stuff, it's nice to have a sim. And you know, these greens are tough, dude. Let's see if we can get some more birdies. All right, so we gotta go, let's hit another five wood. Let's hit a 3-iron. We haven't hit a 3-iron in a while. I'm trying to get a feel for where I gotta line this thing up. Let's hit the 3-iron. Yeah. Yeah, dude, it blew my mind when I heard that there are people that only play golf in the simulator. But if you remember, I did make the caveat that if you have some sort of physical disability or there aren't any golf courses near you, I think that logic goes out the door, right? But greens fees are pretty expensive in Utah. I would say most of the courses around here are 40 bucks for greens fees, and then you're going to pay another 20 for a cart. That was heavy. Hopefully it stays up. Okay, that's better than being down in that embankment. But greens fees in Utah are pretty expensive. And I don't know if that's an excuse to not go out to the real golf course, if I'm being honest. Just launched that son of a bitch. Are we not taking a 50% speed penalty out of greenside bunkers on this course or what? Okay, that is coast to coast 2 times now. This is a shitty course though. This is a shitty course. All right, we got golf balls over here. We got golf balls over here. I got golf balls on my left. I got golf balls on my right. It's crazy, I'm 12 over par and I'm still on the leaderboard. I'm guessing Dila just barely renewed this course. Ding! I do like this launch monitor. Just the putting really is what's getting me. 160. What do I want to hit here? Let's hit a 6-iron. We got a little bit of wind that's going to try to push us right. I really don't want to help it out. Okay, we just helped it out. Felt that club face open. You guys, I've been playing way too much golf. Played a couple of days after work this week. Played Friday, played yesterday, played today, and that's not even counting the shit in the simulator, so. You'd think I'd be a professional golfer by now, but that is not the case. Simmer. Yeah, everything's just super, super hard here. $16 playing 13 feet. Let's try to not blow this through the back of the garage door here. Just stop. Please stop. Back patio, are you saying the square golf launch monitor takes getting used to, or are you referring to something else entirely? 240, 230. Let's just zing a 3-wood out there, and since we know we're going to be leaky to the right, because that's what's happening. Let's do this. We don't want to do that. There we go. No, that's only leaking a little bit. You guys, if I could get the putting speed down, the square golf launch monitor certainly hits a lot straighter than the Pro T does. But there's no way I can justify replacing the Pro T with the square. Yeah, I don't plan on playing with it enough to get used to it, because it's more accurate, so I'm gonna be hitting shots that are truer to what I hit in real life, but then once I get on the green, I'm shit out of luck because the putting's so slippery. So it's good, and I wish I could use it full time, but I can't do the putting. It's too off. If I could just make it so I didn't need to putt, that'd be a lot better. Now I wonder, because the square golf launch monitor says it works with Awesome Golf, but I don't know if it works with Home Tee Hero, because Home Tee Hero would be fun. But then the square golf launch monitor would be taking revenue away from the Garmin R50. So I doubt that that will ever happen. This thing is so hot, dude. I think back patio's feeling spicier than I am today, and that's damn difficult. All right, let's see how it looks with the driver again. It's closer to my shot shape. There's not much I can say about that I haven't already said. And since my ball's not slicing off the planet right now, let's hit a 3-wood here. Back patio says he's about to go on vacation, so he's feeling a little spunky, a little spicy. That's a good shot, but it ain't gonna get there. I am lying, it is gonna get there. It's a whole different experience in the simulator when your shot's not leaking to the fucking right all the time, I'll tell you that. I really have very few complaints about this launch monitor. Terribly downhill shot here, unfortunately downhill. Just simmer. For the love of fuck. Just simmer. All right, let's fast forward. Who knows where this one's going? Uphill. Train your brain in just 30 minutes a day. Well, back patio, this is the way my shots look in real life. If you watch my on-course videos, I don't slice the fucking ball all the time. So it's really a shame that I can't, I don't know, there's no reason I can't use the square all the time. I would just have to like recalibrate my brain for putting. But it's kind of like driving a fucking Pinto when you've already got like a Porsche 911 on the ceiling, you know what I'm saying? It's like, well, you can drive the Pinto sometimes, like between paydays, because we need gas money, but like, let's not drive it all the time, because I'd rather be driving the Porsche, if that makes any sense. That's left, and I don't know what's over there. I forgot. Looks like we're good. We're nowhere near the OB, but I felt the face open on that, so I mean, I don't really have a lot of complaints here. Bogey. Hey, Kev Dog, welcome to the chat. He says, first time here. Did you build this? About to move out of my parents' house after college and looking into options. Yes, I did build it. It's in one bay of my 3-car garage. We have high ceilings though, which is the only thing that really saved my bacon. And let me know what questions you have so I can be specific for you. But yeah, I obviously there's some of it that came prefabricated, but I've basically built it up myself over the last couple of years. I'd say you need, if you really didn't want to have to worry about it, I'd say you need to be about 12 feet wide. You might be able to get away with 10 feet wide. And you're probably going to want 10 or 11 foot ceilings, honestly, just so you don't have to worry about it. But it's good to have you in the chat. We're running the Square Golf launch monitor here. I usually run my Pro TVX overhead here, but we dusted the Square Golf launch monitor off and we're giving it another chance. It's an awesome little budget golf golf launch monitor. I don't know what the hell just happened there. We're going to be hitting off the side of a hill. Barely not OB. Let's get out of here. Do we have yeah, we got colliders here. Let's just get out of here. Let's just lateral out. Better yet, let's use a sim drop so I don't have to sit here and fuck around with lateraling out. There we go. Let's hit a 3-wood. Doot, 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 doot. Where you at, Kevin? I'm in Utah. I'm assuming your name's Kevin. I'm in northern Utah, United States. You have no idea how nice it is to not have everything leaking to the right. I really got to figure this shit out, dude. 80. Let's hit a sand wedge. Wow. That was way too far. Oh, come on. Come on. That's not cool. That's not cool what you just did to your boy here. Dude. What is this, fucking Velcro? What is going on here? Fuck, this course sucks. That one's gonna come out like a rocket and go through though, right? Come on now. Fucking 8, get out of here, dude. Doot, 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 doot. We might be able to hit the old driver here. Kevin says, thanks so much for the advice. He's in Maryland, USA, working in Baltimore, so looking for options since tee times are hard to find on the East Coast. Space is a concern for my search. Yeah, buddy. That one's tough. Because Bogey's backyard's actually got an outbuilding in his backyard. I believe he built it for the simulator. That's obviously going to be a pretty spendy endeavor for the construction and running electrical and all of that shit. And that doesn't even touch the amount of money that a simulator itself costs. So I'd say be looking for maybe a garage with high ceilings, and if you have a girlfriend or a wife, start begging her now and being a really good boy so that you can justify having your simulator in the garage. Start sucking up, getting brownie points now if you can. Why is that going left? I trust you, Square Golf Launch Monitor. I trust you. We're not playing out of there, though. You can kiss my hairy white ass. We're not playing out of here. So let's take us a little sim drop. That, of course, costs you a stroke, but I think that is a stroke well used. That's a good cost. So that was a really good strike. I don't have the normal data I usually have, but that felt really good. And Kevin, I'm not this bad at golf, dude. It's just some of these league guys pick some really terribly difficult courses. In fact, let's take a look and see what the slope and rating of this course is. Do we have window? So what is this shithole called? Balsam Mountain Preserve. Let's check the... So what tees are we on? We are on the 5,900 yard tees, so we're not even playing long. Balsam Mountain Reserve. Balsam, move cursor, Balsam Mountain. I always like looking these up. Golf course slope and rating. Yeah. Yeah, so from the white tees, I think we're on white or blue. So this course has black tees, which is a 149 to 152 slope. So 155 is the hardest golf course on the planet. And from the back tees, this has a 149 to 152 slope. So an incredibly difficult golf course, especially for a high handicap golfer. Blue tees is a 144 slope, incredibly difficult golf course. Palmer tees is a 140 slope, very difficult golf course. And then the white tees, which are the front tees, I don't know if that's the ones we're playing, 132 slope. So quite a difficult golf course for a guy like me who's about a 15 handicap in real life, IRL. So that's why I've been bitching so much about this course, because it's actually quite a difficult course. Back Patio says he won't play this course, and of course he means in the simulator he wouldn't play it because it would piss him off. Back Patio golfer is a scratch golfer in real life. So he would tear this course a new asshole. But not in the simulator. Simulator's different. It is what it is. You take the bad with the good, something, 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 and there you have it, the facts of life. The facts of life. That was pretty heavy. I doubt we'll even be on the green. And what I mean was it went far enough that it could have been on the green. It was like pin high. Here's another shitty chip shot. This is going to be bad. See you later, Gator. Oh, it stayed in the circle. You guys, if I didn't have gimme circles, I would be like fucking 40 over par. What are people getting on this course? You got guys that are 10 under par on this course. That's pretty crazy. Just saying. I'm just saying. Do. Ding. Kevin's trying to figure out how to get brownie points. Ooh-wee. Bounce off something. Bounce off something. Oh. 300-yard drive and we got to hit out of the deep rough. Man, if I could just have the Square Golf launch monitor have a one-night stand with the Pro TVX. Oh. Fuck, that would be awesome. The distances are spot on. It's just the Pro TVX is too spinny. We got to aim over here, guys, and we're out of deep rough, so let's hit an 8-iron. Watch this ball come out of this lie. It's going to want to go straight, like off the fucking planet to the left. Whee! And that was with us compensating to the right like 10 or 15 yards. So there you go, guys. Welcome to GS Pro. Get in the hole. Park your ass. Kevin says, haha, yeah, we'll have to appease my girlfriend since she's a nurse working night shifts. Hey, tell her I said thank you. That's not easy work. And working nights sucks too. So please tell her that some random dude on YouTube playing golf in his fucking garage in Utah said thank you for the hard work she does. She's doing God's work. Kevin says, in terms of simulators, would you say there's a big difference between high-end and budget? It depends on where you're trying to cut corners. Because I will tell you, this Square Golf launch monitor is a badass little golf launch monitor, and I think it was only like $700 out the door. But this one up on the ceiling, it's overhead, it shows a lot more data. It was $7,000 out the door. It obviously has a lot more functionality, and it's a better launch monitor, but you can certainly, you can get a launch monitor, which is one of the most important parts of the setup. You can get that for about $700. I really don't recommend the Garmin R10 or the Rapsodo MLM. I don't recommend any launch monitor that sits behind you, because it makes it so the amount of space you need is way bigger than an overhead or one that sits right here in front of you. So I would go with the Square Golf launch monitor, so you already know you're $700 in, and then you need something to hit into. It can be a net or it can be what I've got here, but you start racking up the money. It just depends on where you want to cut corners, brother. But you're gonna be $1,000 in no matter what you do, because the Square Golf launch monitor is $700, and then a good net is going to be a couple of hundred. You're going to need a hitting mat. Don't even try to do what I did in the beginning. I was trying to hit off of one of those welcome mats that you put on your front doorstep. Don't even fucking think about doing that, dude. You're just going to like break your shoulder. Yep, back patio's right. You want to go with a photometric or camera-based launch monitor. Don't get a radar one. So don't get a Garmin R10. Don't get a Mevo. Don't get any of that shit. And there's a wealth of information on the internet. You don't have to make these decisions in a vacuum. There's a lot of people that have a lot of experience and have already made the mistakes for you. They made the mistakes so you don't have to, brother. All right, 11-foot putt. See, that putt felt pretty realistic. That putt felt very realistic, so I'm kind of at a loss for words here. I don't know. Other than I'm not getting the amount of data that I get with the Pro TVX, I think this is a dandy little launch monitor. And now that I got it set up, I kind of don't want to switch connectors again. But I would like to see whatever video Hosel Rocket Golf puts out for the comparison between the Square Golf and the GC3. Oh, that looks so much like my real drives, dude. This is like, I feel like I've died and gone to heaven. Oh boy. Wow. We might be using, I might figure out how to golf with the Square and just call it a day, dude. I love this Pro TVX, but fuck, it picks up too much spin. Back patio, are you using like voice to text or something? Because you said something about a city card to help me out with my numbers. Like to help me out with putting? That was Scoopy. We'll see where that goes. Bounce right. Holy shit, it did what it was told. It's rolling directly toward the hole according to the number there. Wow. I take all the shitty things I said about this golf course back. Just kidding, I don't. I still hate this golf course. Let's see here. It's slightly downhill and it's leaking. Let's just give it our best shot here. 15 feet, whatever that feels like. Oh, it's too hot. The putting, I can't figure out the putting. Okay, he says back patio says he's at work. Guys, I would also like to chime in here and say that I don't think I've ever gotten a full round of golf in with the Square Golf launch monitor without it disconnecting. So this thing's just getting thumbs up across the board here from me. I can probably overlook the putting because I can train my brain to change how I putt when I'm using this one. So we need to hit about 150. Let's hit a 7-iron. Kevin says that helps take options off my list. Thank you both. I will tell her that she's appreciated from people she doesn't even know. It isn't an easy job to have. No. Yeah, let her know that random strangers said thank you. That's hard work she does, and hopefully her bosses are letting her know and she's getting regular pay raises and all of that stuff, because that's crummy. It's not crummy work, it's just difficult work. That's going right. Uh-oh. Sploosh. What's our drop here? I don't want to drop. I want to try the shot again. Sploosh. This thing don't want to. There we go. Let's hit a better shot this time. You don't hit to the right unless you're being a dingleberry, so let's try to get it to go straight. That's going to be a little bit to the right, but probably a much better shot. Whee! Oh! I was hoping it'd hit that retaining wall and take some weird bounce and go straight into the hole. 22. Yeah, I don't know. I'll switch between the two of them, but this Pro T pisses me off so bad, dude. Like, it's such an expensive launch monitor, and it just... It seriously is so spinny. Back patio said he told his wife if he got a simulator, he would golf more at home. Is that actually true, though? Did that come to fruition? Because it sounds like it might not have come to fruition. Oh, slow down, slow down. Yeah, you're not going to win any putting contests with this launch monitor, but you guys, that was a terrible round on a very difficult course. Let's go play something else. Tell you what, let's switch back to the Pro TVX. And let's see how that looks. Back patio says he's pissing his wife off just a smidge. Okay, so if we go to settings, we go to system, we're going to reset GS Pro Connect. Hopefully I don't show you guys any weird serial numbers or anything so that you can steal my personal information. So we'll reset it again after we hit clear settings, and then we got to go convert the license type. I'm going to go ahead and do that off screen here. I'm going to convert my license type to, I hope it's off screen. That's totally not off screen, is it? I'm going to convert my license type to Pro TVX, convert license. So if you guys want to, you can go back in the video and steal my information. I would prefer if you didn't, because that's a real dick move. But when you live stream, sometimes shit gets fucked up. Save and exit, and then if we restart the connector, let's turn on the Pro TVX. All you got to do to turn it on is start the program. It starts up on its own. And now we'll have to relearn to putt again, but let's shut down the Square Golf launch monitor and get it charging. The Square Golf launch monitor has been a very good, it was really good today, and I enjoyed playing with it. But there you go, Square Golf launch monitor. It's about the size of a White Claw. And it charges through USB-C, but you can't connect your computer to it through USB-C for some reason. Go figure. Go figure, buddy. Let's sound system, reset GS Pro Connect, and now we'll be using the old Pro TVX. There we go, we're good to go. Let's kill this one. And we'll go back to the big dog here. We'll go back to the big dog. Well, Pro TVX, you'll see that you get a lot more data with this son of a bitch than you do with the Square. We don't need this over here. Little big dog. But we do want to change this screen. No, the other way. Your other right. We want to see all this data. Now, I don't know how we fit it all on there because it used to fit. It used to freaking fit. Oh, because we're hiding some shit on the bottom here. There we go. That's better. All right, so now we're back to using the big dog. It's not a SkyTrack, it's not a GC, but it is a very nice launch monitor. Save and exit. If we get a ball here, does it show our ball? Yep, it's ready to rock and roll. Let's do it, guys. Let's check out tournaments. 2-foot Gimme League at La Cala Resort Asia course. It's a pretty short course, 2-foot gimmies. Let's do that. Kevin says he's sipping on a Michelob. Yeah, dude, it's an awesome little launch monitor for $7 or $7.50 or what the hell ever I paid for it. I'm sure they're starting to pop up used on eBay, but when I bought mine, you couldn't find one used anywhere. Facebook, eBay. If the ad did pop up, it was gone immediately. Ooh, this is a pretty course. So let's go check the slope and rating for this one to see how bad we're going to get our asses handed to us. But we're back on the Pro TVX now. You can see I have more dollars than cents here. I've got too many launch monitors laying around. Where are we at? We're at La Cala Resort Asia course. La Cala Resort Asia course. Slope and rating. Okay, we're playing short tees. What did it say? 5,000 yard tees? Oh, that's not that short. Guys, it doesn't even show the tees that we're using. Campo Asia, I'm assuming that's the same one. Anyway, so the slope's about 110 from those tees. Am I on the right course here? So they're both saying they're in Spain. Measuring 5,925 meters. Okay guys, so we've either got a below average difficulty course or we're about to get anally destroyed. Let's find out. Also, we're using the Pro TVX again, so the side spin is going to be off the charts. We're going to be back to that bullshit, but it's a better launch monitor overall. It's just it's definitely pisses me off. Okay, that one went left, so now I sound like a dumbass. That's not a bad shot. So, if you said you played in high school, what kind of launch monitors were around back then? Because I've only been into sim golf for about a year and 3/4 here. 90. What altitude are we at? 300 feet. Zoiks, yo. Oh shit, where's that thing going? Come on, baby, come on. I'll nibble on your ear, I promise. 5-foot putt, down a foot. That feels a little more realistic. This ball's getting some battle damage here. 251 to the pin, playing 260. It's a par 4, so let's just unleash hell on it with the 3-wood. Kevin says he saw an older TrackMan at the state tournament, but he worked at the UMD golf course and they had the same model. Yeah, dude, TrackMan's on another level of expensive. Those things are like $25,000, and there is an abundance of evidence and data to suggest that no normal person needs a TrackMan. If I had the go-ahead from my wife to spend that kind of money, I would get a GC quad. I wouldn't even get a TrackMan, dude. But people get told that that's the gold standard of launch monitors, and that's what they go with. So what I'm low-key saying is don't get a TrackMan. It's unnecessary. See how leaky everything is with this launch monitor? It is what it is. Let's see how far back down the hill this rolls. It's still a good shot. Okay, can you just like go to where the ball's gonna stop? Why do we need to have all of this like buildup of suspense and shit? Just go where you're going. Fast forward to end of shot. It's easy. Ow, I just hit myself right in the cock. That actually hurt. That was mostly cock, a little bit balls, and that actually hurt. So, I don't know if you knew this about me, but I'm a professional golfer, and I totally did that on purpose. It's a little known fact. Okay, if I overshoot this hole, we're going to nowhere good. 14 footer. That's perfectly fine with me. No way I'm doing the other thing. Back Patio says it's 30 grand for the new TrackMan. Really? Shit, dude. Newest TrackMan launch monitor. Indoor golf outlet is pretty... Get out of here. God, I hate ads, dude. So, ceiling height. Wait, now what? Is this one ceiling mounted? Oh, look, a mystery discount. Is it? Come on, dude. What do we got here? Oh, sellout risk is high. That's more than like 5 used cars, dude. Home complete, ball and club data. Ceiling height. Commercial. Let's go to the moon and beyond here. So I would prefer to have one. Oh, that thing's fancy, dude. Look how fancy that motherfucker is, dude. So TrackMan's, I don't know if they ever had a ceiling mounted launch monitor before this, but this is the first one I've seen. You know, because I'm the authority on all things launch monitors. And when in reality, all I do is talk shit. I can't talk shit on the square one, though. That thing's pretty badass. What's up, Bad Lies? We're just checking out the new TrackMan IO launch monitor that's a fucking pennies on the dollar for 27,000 bucks. All right, guys, hole 3 is 112-yard par 3. It's playing more like 90-something yards. Yeah, that's a bit pricey for you, boy. And I'm not a TrackMan guy anyway. You can keep it. Keep it for yourself. I don't want nothing to do with it. Okay, that might be down the side of the hill on the left, maybe in the bunker. That's fine. I'm a rookie-ass golfer. I'll take a shot like that all day. I'll take a shot in the mouth if it'll get me where I'm going. Whee! Yeah, it is pretty expensive. Golf's too expensive. Nah, fuck off. Well, now what in the hell was that? What in the fresh hell was that? Other than a terrible putt. 5 feet for bogey. God, what's with the bogeys, dude? Yeah, I haven't seen my swing coach in a while, but they got TrackMan. It's the one mounted back here, though. It's not an overhead. I don't see any. I don't really see any. Pro T's too spinny, though. I don't like that. Don't go under the tree. You son of a bitch, you went under the tree. What do we got here? 33 yards. Get your little ass up there, bitch. So, yeah. We had the course marshal telling us today that we needed to slow down or we were going to hit a big log jam on the back nine. Very interesting. Flat a par. Back patio said his wife would do something bad if he was spending that kind of money on a launch monitor. It's okay, buddy. All of our wives would do that. It's okay. I hope to see the Pro TVX become more and more and more accurate, but we'll see. All right, fifth hole is a 460-yard par 5 ski. And apparently we're off the toe now. Whee! Did we experience re-entry here? So let's disappear the grass. That didn't help shit. Guys, I don't know if we have colliders. I don't know what's going on here. Let's get back up on the fairway, if we even can. If I was smart, I'd take a sim drop, but I think we all know that I'm not very smart. So I'm guessing we hit colliders. Guys, I'm not playing this fucking stupid game that GS Pro plays with some stuff having colliders and some stuff not. So let's do a good old sim drop. There we go. And let's get into this. Back patio golfer says, tell me how much trouble it is to start streaming. Bad Lies says it isn't that hard. I would have to politely disagree. Setting up OBS is a huge fucking hassle unless you're just showing one screen. There's a whole bunch of little shit that you can change if you want to, but I wouldn't say it's plug and play. It really depends on how tech savvy you are, your level of patience, just shit like that. It's, I would say, medium difficulty. And back patio, if you're anything like me, don't join any Discord. Or if you do, shut off the notifications because you're just going to be pissed off all the time. There you go. I have provided my 2 cents. Do not join any fucking Discord server. Yeah, I can't fucking stand Discord. I don't... Can I hit high enough to get over these trees? Let's go ahead and give it a shot. And I'll hit a 5-wood. I'll hit a 5-wood and see if I can get over these trees. If I can't, we'll take a sim drop. But I don't think anybody's here to watch me hit stupid fucking shots on a short par 4. Short par 4. Sharp par 4. That was fat. We'll see where that goes. I was trying to get some loft on it and just made it fat. That's okay. We're doing fine. Be sure to drink your Ovaltine. Back Patio says he thinks he shut off the Discord stuff. Yeah, wise. You're a wise man. Two-foot gimmies? That's cool with me. There we go. Par. This is playing, let's call it 120. Let's call it 120 because we're at like 300 feet above sea level. I'm hitting a 9-iron here. Oh, it was so towy. Get up there. Get up there. Back Patio says he doesn't want to go through a bunch of shit. He just wants to do what I'm doing now. Dude. It's one of those things, just like anything else in life. Once you figure it out, right, hindsight becomes 20/20, and you're like, I know how to add new screens and do this and do the other, and virtual this and virtual that and virtual the other. But it just depends on how much time you have to tinker. And like Bad Lies says, don't even think about trying to do it yourself. Just go find a YouTube video. Get in the hole. Short course here, boys. What I'm doing right now is you're not going to have anything to show except for your main screen, this one, and probably your camera feed, right? The one that you had behind you. Like JT Walsh, that's all he does. I think there's a lot of these guys that do just the two feeds. But then you gotta get a feed going for your mic and stuff. I wouldn't say it's medium difficulty, like I said, depending on your level of tech savvy. Kevin, are you and your girlfriend both right or left-handed? I would say that's the only caveat. Because if one of you is a righty and one of you is a lefty, you've just opened an entirely new can of worms. One that you probably won't like. Because you're going to need a whole lot more room than you normally would. But I'm assuming you're both right-handed based on statistics. Statistically, most golfers are right-handed. Oh yeah, dude, you're set. You're good. Get yourself a Square Golf launch monitor, a hitting mat, and a net. And you and your girlfriend will be virtual golfing in no time flat, buddy. Oh, also don't forget that SIGPRO, which is the simulator software I'm using right now, that's $250 a year. But you'll have access to like almost 3,000 golf courses. I'm kind of a cynical asshole. I don't think the physics in this software are great, but it's certainly good software and you can play a lot of courses. Just not the one you probably want to play. Because you probably want to play the old course at St. Andrews. Yeah, good fucking luck, buddy. You can get the files through someone who already has them and you should be fine, but yeah, not every course is on here. Roll back, roll back, roll back. No, 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 backwards. That's the wrong way. You're going the wrong way, you son of a bitch. Yeah, Kevin, this depends on how much money you got to invest, my friend. But make sure you get a decent golf launch monitor. Do not get a Garmin R10. It used to be pretty cool, but it's getting a little outdated, and it doesn't show true spin numbers. So you'll think that you're an awesome golfer when indeed you're slicing shit off the side of the planet, you know. That's a tough putt. That would be a tough putt in real life because you're going up a hill and then you go immediately down another one. So I'm going to give myself some grace on this. All right, there we go. What's that, a bogey or something? Bogey-licious. We're 2 over after 8. That's pretty bogey-licious. All right, the 9th hole at La Cala Resort, the Asia course. I honestly don't even know where I'm supposed to hit the ball. That way. We're going to hit that way. Poorly. We're going to hit that direction very poorly. It was low and has a bit of a draw to it. Who knows where it's going? Okay, it's like a few yards from the fairway. We're going to call that a W. But that thing must have come off. I don't know what part of the face it came off of, but it apexed at 70 feet. I mean, that's not bad. Let's see, we got to go 155 up out of the rough. Let's hit a 7-iron. Do, 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 do. Oh, that was thick. Get up there. Go! That thing's going to roll backwards for many, 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 many yards. God, it's still rolling backwards, if you can believe that. Go! All right, guys, I'm losing golf balls by the gallon here. They're all going behind my screen. I did something funny to it before I started the live stream. So I might have to get down on my hands and knees and get all those golf balls out from behind the screen. So now I have, now I'm hitting everything too short because I used the square on the first round. Where are all our golf balls going here? Oh wow, there's lots of them back here. Well, whatever I did before the live stream appears to not be that great of an idea. Yeah, buddy. It's 2:49 Shelby Standard Time. Let's finish this shit out, and then I'm going in the house, and I'm going to hang out with my wife on the back deck. Drink a fifth of Jack Daniels. All right. Kevin says, in theory, how hard would it be to pirate courses such as St. Andrews on a platform that doesn't support it natively? I think GS Pro uses Unity, the Unity engine. You can get the files for St. Andrews for GS Pro fucking anywhere, dude. I think Joe Legowski's got a video where he says how to get it installed. That's not the hard part. I just don't know the logistics behind trying to run that course that's built in Unity on another engine. That's not my cup of tea, brother. Oh, that's so bad. That's how I cracked that other driver head, was a shot just like that. Terrible towy little motherfucker. But Ping did send me a brand new driver for no money. So I have two G440Ks here now. We got twinner G440Ks here. Can you see them? Brand new, never been swung. Ping G440K with this Mitsubishi Chemical something black, X-Link Tech, stiff flex shaft, 65 gram. So Ping, if you're listening, thank you. Thank you for doing that for me. Oh, guys, we went 193 yards. I can hit that far with like my fucking 4-iron. Let's hit the 3 wood and try to recover a little bit here. St. Andrews, the old course. It's my favorite thing when people think the course is called St. Andrews. No, there's a bunch of courses at St. Andrews, Scotland. That's going to be a Healy little slicey thing, but I'm not mad at it. This is a par 5. You guys, this fairway is a nightmare. It's like tiered. Back patio's got to go. All right, my friend, we'll see you later. Thanks for joining the live stream. Kevin says, thank you. One last question on a budget fresh out of college. Would it be realistic to set up a net and have a separate TV showing visually rather than having a projector? Yeah, from a budgetary standpoint, yes. You guys can see this. You can see some of it in the top left. I've got a 55-inch flat screen here that I use to look at the chat and 2 monitors in front of me for data. And then I'm streaming those into OBS Studio. But that's how I started out. If you go look at some of my early videos, please, please go easy on me. I've only been golfing for like a little under 2 years. And if you go back and look at those videos, the golf is bad and my on-screen presence isn't very good either. But I had a net right here. That's why I'm kind of telling you that it works. I had my net right here, and then I had GS Pro showing on this TV right here. If you want to get into a projector and an impact screen, you're going to start seeing the cost skyrocket. So if you want to keep your girlfriend happy and you want to have a somewhat good experience, I'd say start with a good hitting mat, and you're going to need to fasten that to the floor somehow. I suggest carpet tape because it's really sticky, or else when you hit, the mat moves and twists. because I don't think people understand how much force they're applying with a golf club. Because you got the head of this thing going, you know, 110 miles an hour for driver, so your mat starts to twist. So a good mat, some carpet tape. You can find a 60-inch TV for pennies on the dollar anymore. GS Pro's $250 a year. Square Golf launch monitor. And you're kind of in business. But at that point in time, depending on some of the stuff you pick, you're up in the $2,000 range, $1,500 to $2,000. But then you basically got unlimited golf at your fingertips, right? That's what I'd do. There's a lot of us that have already made a lot of mistakes. You can learn from us. Square Golf launch monitor, a premium hitting strip. So dude, when I say hitting strip, I'm talking about the insert here. This thing. Okay? You can embed something like this into like a false floor. So you'd need some, obviously some 2x4s and some plywood. But this is the only part that the golf club touches. And these are heavy duty sons of bitches here, right? The rest of it, the part you stand on doesn't need to be fancy. But the part you're going to be hitting off of, you should probably invest some money into that. I think these preferred hitting strips are 120 bucks a piece, but it takes me forever to wear them out, and you can rotate them and get a little bit more life out of them. I know I'm going on ad nauseum here, but sim golf can be fun. Just keep a good attitude. And don't be missing short putts like that, like your boy. But the short answer to your question is yes, Kevin. You can do that instead of a projector. Just, you don't want to be, you got to have something behind there. You got to have a nice premium hitting net. 121 down 11. Let's just make sure we're safe and hit a 9-iron. Okay, that's going the way of the dodo. That was almost a shank. We're fine. You guys, I've been playing golf all weekend, non-stop. Played 2 or 3 times during the week outside. And I walk, so I start to get tired. 'Cause I'm a fat old bastard. Get down there. Oh, I like that a lot. That makes me happy. Okay, 12th hole's 333. Man, these fairways are nasty, guys. If you ever play here, you got to make sure you're clearing these, because this ball's going to roll straight back down, right? So I need to hit something like a 3 wood. Kevin says makes sense, better than $70 a round. Baltimore, yeah. But don't become one of those people who only plays in the sim and doesn't play outside. Please, don't do that. Kevin says he'll definitely subscribe. Yes, sir. I appreciate it, but you don't feel obligated. And be back in the future. He appreciates the advice and the time spent chilling on the links together. Yeah, man, anytime. I usually live stream a few times a week. I've got a few on-course videos out there, but this is basically what you're looking at. Foul language, GS Pro, etc., etc. But it was good to have you. Please get up there. Okay, that's going to be just fine. We passed the part where the ball would roll backwards into the next area code. So that's good. 89 yards. Let's just hit a pitching wedge and make sure we're not in the drink. That was thin, so we might be long. Stay out of that bunker. Uh-oh, where's that going? Let's hit one of these high lofted wedges here. What do I got? This is a 62 degree. What's this? Oh, 64 degree wedge. What's this one? That's only a 54. Let's hit this fucking bargain barrel wedge here, 64 degree. Oh, I should have hit it a little further left. I can even see the slope of the green and I still screwed that up, if you can believe it. 10-footer. That son of a bitch fell right in the toilet bowl. I love that for me. There's old Turbo Talon there on the leaderboard for his 2 over. Hole 13's another shorty, 355 par 4. Looks like we got some inner OB on the right, and I don't really want any part of that. Let's hit 3 wood. It's a little straighter than the driver. How long we been streaming here? $147. Beautiful 3 wood strike there. Looks like we're gonna be, let's hit a 9 iron. Chilling on the links, bitches. Oh, stay on the green. Oh, that's not even near the green. What the hell happened there? That was a shitty shot's what that was. Let's get out of here. Let's hit this. Let's hit this 64 degree wedge. Let's see how much trouble it can get us in. Oh, so much trouble, but god damn it, that's fun. I like how high it goes in the air. Oh, if that's not fun, then it's probably not easy for you to have fun. Oh wait, that's me. 5-6 footer. We took a bogey there. We had 2 out of the bunker, unfortunately. All right, where are we going here? Let's just let's hit 3 wood and see how close to the green we can get. Every day's a new adventure. Oh, it won't be on the green. It's too far left. All right, the next shot's going to be out of this bunker, 53 yards. I don't know if we can get the 64 degree wedge to go that far. What other wedges do we have here? You know what? Let's just give it a shot and see how much of this, the jacket of this ball we can rip off. 53 yards. This ought to be interesting. Oh, that's funny. This wedge has a bunch of white shit on it because it's tearing the ball apart. You see that? It's tearing the skin off the ball. Good chip, good whatever the hell that is. 27. Ooh, so close. We're nearing the end of the round, ladies and gentlemen. I'm as sad as you are. We're playing about 290. So let's go ahead and smash the piss out of driver, and hopefully we don't slice into the OB. If I can stay shallow, we should be fine. Oh no, it's going to be the other way. Uh-oh. Oh! All right, let's rehit and see if we can get down near that grain. That's going to cost us some strokage though. Some strokage. So in an effort to not go right, we went left. But I think this one's going to be the one. Okay, let's see where that's headed. Ah! Go! Get left! No! Oh, son of a bitch. That's gotta be OB, dude. All right, here we go again. We're gonna get this. So what happened there? Let's aim like right there. All right, we got it this time. I just know it. You guys, this is not somewhere where you would want to hit driver. Oh, that's our fucking ball right there, buddy. Go! Uh-oh. All right, what'd we end up with? 284? What? Whatever. Yeah, we need to get out of this hole because it's gonna cost us. All right, I was hoping to be on the green. That'd have been pretty funny, but we are at sea level. Okay, stop. That went pretty far. Oh no, guys, this is gonna be terrible. Let's get this 64-degree wedge here and just do a little putter swing with it. There we go. All right, rough hole, rough hole. We don't have enough strokes to concede out, but we're close. All right. That's what you get for letting your ego get the best of you. Sixteenth hole, sorry, what was I thinking? Is a 400-yard par 5, so a very short par 5. There we go. We weren't quite under the same constraints that we were on the 15th hole. That was pretty narrow. And I think it blew our fucking score to shreds. Oh yeah, we took a +5 on that. We were doing pretty well before that. 109 playing 100. I got a pitching wedge in hand here. Oh, she's short and she's gonna go backwards. Yeah, my club head speed's starting to drop. It has been a long weekend, guys. Let's hit the 64-degree wedge, though. Oh! That's a fun little club in here because the lie is always the same and it's predictable, but I would never use this thing outside. I think that for an amateur would spend a lot of time going directly under the ball, like right through the grass and under the ball. Oh, is it gonna drop? No. Uh, 95 yards, so we got a tailwind. I think the pitching wedge will work this time. It might. Hopefully that wind gets it. Yes, good shot. It even had a little bit of backspin. 9,000 RPM to be exact. And GS Pro actually gave us a little bit, an extra 100 or so RPM of backspin for the low, low price of $250 a year. Oh, did we get a birdie? We got a birdie. What is this, 17, 18? Why did I think we were on 17 all that time ago? This is going to play close to 300. There's nothing on the left. So we'll hang a driver shot out to the left and maybe it'll leak back to the right. It's really impossible to tell from day to day what's going on with the old driver. It didn't hang right. Oh, it's a piss missile. Get up. What are we in? Rough, but we've got a tree to navigate. And the ball's going to want to go right. I'm just going to pull a 9-iron out of here just because I know better than to hit pitching wedge. And we'll just hit this sumbitch real hard. Boom. You guys can see how predictable and yet shitty sim golf is. Let's just call this like 11 feet. I think that concludes the round. All right, so we shot 79 on a par 72. You can see the only real egregious hole here was number 15, where we had a +5 because I let my ego get in the way and I was trying to drive that green. But it's a video game and nobody cares, so I don't see any harm in it. Longest drive is it has to land on the fairway. It has to be a fairway in regulation. Obviously, 244 is well below our longest drive in this round. And average ball speed was only 134. I'm just starting to get tired. When I'm fresh, it's in the low 150s, mid 150s, but Not today. And that would have been the ball. A ball had to have hit the fairway here for this one. But 67 greens in regulation, percent that is. 29% fairways, so not many fairways. 32 putts is not terrible. That wasn't bad at all. All right, guys, I appreciate all of you. It has been a lovely Sunday afternoon live stream here. The first round was with the Square Golf launch monitor, which was pretty sweet. I really like that thing. And the second round was with the Pro T VX launch monitor, which is what you're seeing on the screen here on the middle left. But that's about all I got for you. We're right at 2 hours here, it looks like. I appreciate you guys, and we will see you in the next live stream. This has been a Turbo Talon Golf production, and I'm going to bid you adieu. Have a good work week. We'll see you later.